just want you to understand the importance of staying in your desired timeline. When you choose a timeline, you choose a state, you choose a character, or that which you want, to become or to have or to do, right? So you ask yourself, how do I stay into the knowing that which I want is already here or it's on its way, right? And a lot of people struggle with that. They don't know how to stay, or if they say, you know what, I want to have a house, and they're like, okay, so how am I going to get this house? I don't have the credit for it. I don't have the money for it. What do I do? Now, you have to understand that your end goal is to have a house. Your desire is to have a house. So if your desire is to have a house, your mindset is going to be that of somebody who desires a house. And what does a person, let's imagine hypothetically that you have the money, you have everything, that you want in order to have this house. So somebody who has the money and everything to have the house, okay, their mindset is that I just need to start looking at houses. I want to look at houses in my preferred neighborhood. And, I want to, this is my budget. And, what do I want in the house? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? Do I want a backyard? Do I want a good school district? Things like that. So you have a whole list of things that you would prefer, your preferences for your house, right? So that is the mindset of somebody who has the money and who is on their way to getting their house. Okay, so you don't have that, right? You don't have the money. And it's perfectly fine. You can still adopt the mindset of somebody who already has everything in place for them to get that house. And this is how you stay in your desired timeline. Don't worry about the how, but just know that somehow, some way, everything will fall into place for you to have that which you want. And do not be afraid to go beyond, what you think, okay, that you deserve or want, because we've been programmed to really belittle ourselves, or that we always go for the miniature, or the minimal of something, right? We try to go below. It's like, oh, I don't want too much, because I don't want to seem to be greedy, and you kind of settle for less. We don't want to do that. You want to go a little bit above. Let's say that you feel within yourself that you deserve something for $200,000, a condo or a house for $200,000. Challenge yourself to go beyond. Go $300,000 and say, Infinite Spirit, this is the house that I desire, and I see myself living there, cooking dinner there, inviting friends over and family over, and open the ways for this house to come into my field. I give it to you. You have full control, and just let it go. Just keep that mindset of I'm going to get my house, and the money is there. Somehow, some way, it's going to show up in your field for you to get your house. This is how you stay in the timeline of your desire. You choose the timeline. It doesn't just happen. The shift is a decision. The shift is a movement of you moving from point A to point B. From I didn't have it to now I have it. I was not that, now I am that. I wasn't doing that, now I am doing that. So that's how you shift timeline. Okay, it's just a decision. Okay, so once you make that decision, now you adopt the mindset of that person who has their desire. Now let's talk about a very popular thing while I'm on this, SB. So you have to how do you collapse timeline? Is just you decide that, okay, I didn't have my SB to now I have my SB. And you stay in the mindset of somebody who has that SB. And this is what I'm doing, okay? So you say, okay, what is somebody who has their SB? What do they do? What is it that I love to do? First of all, you have to know what you want to experience. Do you want to experience, a goofy sort of love? Do you want to experience a romantic love? Do you want to experience adventures, like an adventurous love and so on, So define what you want out of this relationship, and then think like somebody who has that. Okay, and whether you want to write it down to calm your nervous system, you journal it every day, every week, whatever works for you, whatever techniques help you remain on that timeline, do them. Whatever you do is the right thing. There's no wrong way of doing anything. It's what works for you, how you ground yourself, how you calm your nervous system to receive what you want. Okay? So, and then also, your nervous system will allow you to feel deserving when your nervous system is calm. Okay? So all these things are very important so that you are not sabotaging yourself when you are trying to manifest something. Let's not say try. When you are manifesting something, when you're attracting something. Okay? So you want to have control, full control. And the nervous system sometimes, like I've said before, can be hijacked by trauma, by experiences that are not so positive. And so you are in this, fight or flight mode. Okay? Or sometimes even freeze mode. So you have to understand these different, nuances when it comes to your body, how your body responds instead of reacting. If you're constantly reacting, then you are in your primitive brain. So you need to be in control and be calm and move with grace throughout your day-to-day activities, and stuff like that. And then you knowing that, okay, I'm going to get what I know that I want or desire. So this is just pretty much how you maintain yourself in your desired timeline. Again, you design the mindset or look for it. What is the mindset of somebody who is happily, blissfully married or in love? What do they do? How do they behave? What kind of activities do they do as a couple, and so on, right? So define that for yourself. If it doesn't exist there on the internet for you to find, define it for yourself, and say, this is the kind of relationship that I want to experience. These are the kind of activities I want to do with my SB. And then you stay there. And I don't mean to stay there constantly. It's just that, you already know, okay, these are the things that I want to experience. You can think of them from time to time. You can journal them. You can affirm them if you want, but don't be obsessive about them, because I want you to remember this. If we go into Genesis in the Bible, where they talk about God created the earth, right? And everything that's in it. So there's a passage, I don't remember exactly where, but it's in Genesis. God created the earth, and stuff like that. And then on the seventh day, God rested. What does that tell you about when you're in creation mode, in creator mode, or in manifestation mode? It tells you that there's a time where you need to rest and allow your creation to show up, to manifest. Okay? So you rest. You don't have to be obsessive about what you create, because you are moving at the speed of the creator. You don't have to worry about when it's going to happen, or when you will get to experience your creation, or when it will manifest, because it's already done. So remember that on the seventh day, I guess it's what they call the Sabbath, God rested. Give yourself a rest. Don't be obsessive about it. Just be confident that you will experience that, because it is done. Like Neville Goddard said, creation is finished. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be obsessive. Okay? So this is how you stay in your desired timeline. Pick the experience that you want to have, whether it's you wanting to buy a house, whether it's you wanting to buy a car, you wanting to be with your SB. Now, define it for yourself. make a list of different activities, or how you feel, the way that your SB makes you feel, or how you make them feel. What are you telling them? What are they telling you? Things like that. Do it for some time, just to help you ground yourself within your desire. It's like, this is what I desire, and I know that I'm getting it. I deserve it. It is available. It is possible. Infinite Spirit, show me the way. Show me, the possibilities for my desires to manifest, by divine grace, of course. And then rest. Enjoy the Sabbath, enjoy the rest day, and that's it, and just keep doing that until, it shows, because even if you think it's late, I assure you it's not late. It's already done. It's just, everything has a time for, something to bloom, to appear, to grow. There's a gestation period. Just allow it to be, and it is done. Okay, so this is how powerful you are, and I just wanted to remind you of that. And one last thing that I'll say, you can think of it, your manifestation, your desire, this way. Imagine a bodybuilder, somebody who wants to be a bodybuilder, and his goal is to go on stage, and for, what is the bodybuilding competitions, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called, right? So he wants to go to a bodybuilding competition. Now, there's a discipline, there's a process to becoming a bodybuilder. You have to work out, you have to eat right, you have to, count your macros, you have to do all these things, right? So if your desire is to become a bodybuilder, are you going to one day work out and then the next day you say that you want to just dance ballet? Or, I don't know, you want to eat fast food? No. You will maintain, the conditions that will get you to your end goal. That is of, becoming a, bodybuilder. So you have to follow the step-by-step guides of, how to get there, because you're not going to get there by just wishing for it, because there's a little bit of work sometimes that happens, in certain things that we desire. This is how it is. This is life. Okay, so I don't care what anybody says. So there are techniques, there are things that you could do, you can apply, so that you can arrive at your end goal. And that's your job. It's just to find, the procedures, the step-by-steps, the conditions. What are they? Can I apply them every day without me feeling dysregulated, feeling all over the place? Can I maintain, this mindset until I reach my end goal? So if you could do that, you can have anything, you could do anything, you could be anything. And this is what also I've discovered, and I'm like, I wish that I had known this before, and I've applied discipline, when I desired something. But listen, better, later than never. Okay, so it's good to know them now than never, knowing how to attain your goals, how to get your manifestations, how to bring your desires to you in the 3D reality. Okay, and everything happens in the mind first, in the spirit realm. So you imagine what you want to be, and then you create the mindset. You do it. You do that and design it in the way that makes you feel safe. Okay, a calm nervous system. Everything that you approach with a calm disposition, you will always win. Always win. Doesn't matter. You could enter an argument with anybody. You are calm, you remain calm, you already win that argument. So approach everything with this calm attitude and disposition, and you already win. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you. Thank you guys for watching. Even if it's 2 views, I don't care. YouTube, do what you gotta do. Okay, and I look forward to talking to more of you. If you have questions, my name is Kathy. This is the Metaphysical Babes. Until next time, thank you for watching.